This is a special report from About Space Today.
Welcome to Special Report. I'm David Denault. I don't think there's a day that goes by without some report on UFOs, or what they're now being called UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. And the stories range from finding exoplanets that can possibly sustain life, they're just 100,000 light years away, and there's the possible sightings and questions of, are we alone? NASA Administrator for Science Mission Directorate, Dr. Thomas Zurbuchen, says there's national security and aviation to consider.
There's also national security and air safety issues that have been discussed elsewhere that, of course, relate to these observations. And establishing, with events that are, whether they're natural or whether they are need to be explained otherwise, is very much aligned with NASA's goals that ensure, of course, that we discover the unknown, but also ensures the safety of aircraft that, of course, are in that airspace that these phenomena occur.
So do you think human beings are the only technological civilization anywhere? Or do you think the universe is teeming with life, and perhaps even intelligent life? And if you've been following the news, our Voyager spacecrafts are now exploring the cosmos. And maybe some ancient civilization may just intercept the message we sent on a golden record. Next, as America and the world is listening to Special Report on About Space Today. Ever dream of an island getaway at an all-inclusive resort? Or going on an island-hopping cruise to multiple island destinations? See sun-bleached beaches and swim in the azure waters of the Caribbean Sea. Call today for your special discount prices to your island getaway. This is a special offer for About Space by calling 877-747-8631. And let's go and explore the islands of the Caribbean. Welcome back. Just think, will we ever hear back from the cosmos? What if the message NASA sent into deep space was intercepted, and they sent a message back to us? Science Podcast developed a hypothetical scenario of the first contact from intelligent aliens.
It is a crisp fall morning. We're waking up, getting ready for work, school, even regretting a long night. Just everyday life. Only today, for 7 billion people, the definition of life itself will change. It's a signal from the cosmos. A message that answers the most profound question we as a species have ever asked. Are we alone?
A signal from an extraterrestrial would be like a knock on the door on a dark night when you're not expecting anyone.
It'd not only be the coolest thing that ever happened, it'd be the most profound discovery in the history of science, in the history of what it is to be human.
There would be history before this stunning discovery, and then history afterwards.
The effect is going to be to change our civilization completely. It's back to the drawing board for all of us.
But if this is a signal from another world, who in the universe is sending it?
It's generally assumed that if we pick up a signal, it's coming from a society that's more advanced than ours. Now, why is that? Couldn't there be aliens that are less advanced? Well, of course, but they're not building powerful radio transmitters. So if they're not at least at our technological level, we won't hear from them.
We've only had technology for 100 years. That's 100 years out of the history of the galaxy that's 10 billion years old. Any signal that we detect is going to be coming from an older civilization. I'm talking in the hundreds of thousands of years.
All radio waves travel at the speed of light. In a vast universe, a signal from the middle of the Milky Way would take over 26,000 years to get here, which means whoever sent it is either long gone or way more advanced than anything we could imagine. In the clock of the cosmos, we've only been around for a millisecond.
SETI is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, and it's the most audacious program to date in terms of looking for extraterrestrials and seeing if they actually exist.
Dozens of minds working to understand billions of years of evolutionary history, examining how life on our world went from chemistry to biology in order to learn if it happened anywhere else. Leading the charge is SETI Director Jill Tarter.
More than 150 people work at the SETI Institute. They're astronomers, they're biologists, they're chemists, they're geologists.
When we turn our antennas in the direction of some nearby star system that we think might have a planet with intelligent life on it,
we're trying to find evidence of someone else's technology. We're looking for signals that we don't think nature can produce.
After half a century of listening and thousands of years of wondering, an extraterrestrial transmission has been picked up. Almost instantly, the news goes viral. It's a field day for skeptics, beginning as more news of the weird than news of the millennia. But this time, it's real. And we only know that we're on the precipice of a new universe.
The signal isn't coming to California, to the Allen Telescope Array, or to the SETI Institute, or even to the United States. The signal's coming to the whole planet. The information is the property of humankind.
World governments or militaries might seek to control the information, but there would be no way to stop it. The public already knows.
I think if we caught a strong extraterrestrial signal, people would freak out. I think it would be a good freak out in a lot of ways, but there'd be some bad stuff to go with it.
And once a channel to the cosmos were opened up, there would be no going back. Weeks after receiving a message from an alien civilization, astronomers and analysts are slowly revealing its meaning. World leaders are reopening a conversation they haven't had in a long time.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Technology may be our greatest triumph, but it could also be our undoing. With a changing climate, overpopulation, and the threat of nuclear annihilation. Indeed, the very fact that an advanced civilization even sent a message may be the most valuable thing we learn from it.
I don't expect that a signal is going to solve all our problems. I think we're going to have to solve those problems because we've created them. But the fact that we know it's possible somehow to survive the technological adolescence that we find ourselves in, I think that's a really important message.
2.5 months ago, the people of Earth received a transmission that answered one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we alone? Just as the people of Earth are starting to get used to the idea of someone else out there, far away, another message arrives. And on this transmission, they're talking. The aliens have sent us a jumble of phrases, and it doesn't take long for SETI researchers to recognize them. They're ours. It is a remix of greetings recorded and sent out on the Voyager spacecraft in 1977. In English.
Hello, children of Earth.
In ancient Greek. We come. And finally, in Indonesian.
Selamat malam hadirin sekalian. Selamat berpisah.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. They have used our own words to engineer a message to us. They've been studying us.
Come on.
They not only see us, they not only know us, they are on their way. And they aren't far.
The Voyager 1 spacecraft is about to journey into the interstellar medium, the distance between the stars. It's at the edge of the solar system.
They're not light years away, on the other edge of the galaxy. They're in our own backyard.
The idea that if they were coming closer to us, then we were going to have an actual confrontation or a meeting. I think at that point, the inescapability of day by day, they're closer, it would galvanize us.
Look, if we were to find something in our own solar system coming our way, you might as well sit back and have a nice drink, because there's not much you can do about it. Whatever they have in mind to do, they're probably going to be able to do it, because after all, they managed to make it this far.
Let's say you're an alien species and you're benevolent, you don't want to cause us any harm. You're looking for the right moment to come say hi. Where is that point? If you're a completely moral species, maybe you don't want to do it until you know that people aren't going to freak out and panic and kill themselves and have doomsday cults, that kind of stuff. You don't want to interfere with a culture that's still trying to get their own way forward.
You can wonder if we're ready for contact. If you ask me, the answer is simple. No, we're not ready. We're not ready to communicate with each other. We can't solve our own problems.
But the people of Earth, with all of their imperfections, may not have a choice in the matter. We are about to come face to face with beings from another planet. Whether we're ready for them or not, they're coming.
A hypothetical scenario. It almost sounded real. And one day you might hear those words. They are coming. And as for my vote, we are not alone. Follow About Space today for news and information. Listen to America in Space each Friday with Space Coast News Editor Don Meyer, and join John Gomez for This Week in Space on Tuesdays. And thanks for joining me from your home or where you work. I'm David Denault, and this has been Special Report on About Space Today.
This has been a special report from About Space Today.